You just can't help yourself, can you, WWE? You just can't. You just can't. You present us with a card that at first was decent. You take off the best and most anticipated match in this, the Hell in a Cell match between Rey Mysterio and Roman Reigns, and you give us a crappy card. You think, at least, maybe these matches will be worth something. Maybe they'll do something creative. No. If you take out the fact that two of them were in a Hell in a Cell, this could have easily been just another Monday Night Raw. 3 hours. There was nothing. You know how I'm getting really sick of? Is that during the pre-show, they'll show the packages for certain matches. And then when you get to the main show, and it's time for that match, they'll show the package again. If you're going to show the package before the match, you don't need to show it in the pre-show. Vice versa. If you show it in the pre-show, you don't need to show it again. Some people might say, oh, but Scotty, someone might not have seen it during the pre-show. Who cares? We don't need to see it. That's my point. You do it in the pre-show, you promote it then. You don't need to show it again. It's too much repetitiveness. And the only reason they do it is to waste time. So we have the pre-show. It's Mandy Rose with Dana Brooke versus Natalya with Tamina. Natalya wins. Who cares? Let's move on. First match of the night was the first Hell in a Cell match from Bianca Belair and Bayley, and it was fine. Nothing spectacular. The Hell in a Cell match. Bayley did that stupid thing where she, this time, duct taped 2 candlesticks together right and put it in the thing, and yeah, it was fine. Bianca Belair won. That's all I care about. Bayley can go away now as far as I care. Her laugh is just too annoying. I can't deal with her. No. Next, we have the first bad decision of the night. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins won, but he shouldn't have. Really, he shouldn't have. I mean, he really shouldn't have. He cheated. I don't remember what happened. But he won. Like, Cesaro had him. It's one of the cases where Cesaro dominated most of the match, and then he wins with a surprise roll-up or something. And it's just like, really? He basically dominated Seth Rollins throughout the match. I know, I was doing a commentary. He had him dominated. But he rolled him up. It was like a schoolboy pin or something. He rolled him up. Cesaro went for the sharpshooter, and he rolled him up. And no, Cesaro should have won that match. It's fucking stupid. And next we have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the 1,068th time. And bad decision number 2. Sami Zayn won. No, Kevin Owens should have won this match. It should have been a quick and easy kind of match. Sami running away, eventually getting hit by a stunner. 1, 2, 3, Kevin Owens should have won. But no, once again, Sami Zayn won. I think with a surprise roll-up. No, he hit a Helluva kick and then pinned him. So he won clean, but still, wrong decision. We have Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. This is the wackiest match of the night, but it's also what the hell's going on match. Like, Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler are going at it right, and then at some point in the match, Alexa's just like staring a hole through Nia Jax, who's out there at the ringside with Reggie, and like staring a hole at her, and it looks like Nia Jax is getting some kind of trance. And then she slaps Reggie, and then Alexa Bliss screams, Nia Jax screams, and then like Shayna tries to go for the Karafuda clutch, and Alexa Bliss is able to reverse it into her finishing move. That weird little DDT thing that she does, and then do the Twisted Bliss at the top rope and win. So, Yay, right decision there. I don't think Shayna should have won, so yeah. And then we had Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. And this is one of the most bullshit things I've ever seen. And I know why it happened. Daddy's money. So Charlotte Flair was put in this match because of her daddy's money. But Vince McMahon doesn't want Rhea Ripley to lose the title yet. But also, because of daddy's money, Charlotte can't lose. So how do they do a deal with that? Well, they have a disqualification of something that wouldn't normally be a disqualification. Because as we've seen before, stuff around ringside can be used in a match. You can throw your opponent into these ring steps just fine without disqualification. You can throw someone into the ring post. No disqualification on that. You can throw someone over the announce table onto the announce people on the Michael Cole's lap, for God's sake. And there's no disqualification. Rhea Ripley grabs the cover of the announce table and whacks Charlotte Flair with it. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's disqualification. Even though I guarantee they could do that in like a couple weeks with someone else and they wouldn't be disqualification. But this instance, it has to be disqualification because Charlotte can't lose, but Rhea can't lose the championship. And that's all it is that they came at an impasse where Vince said that Vince says Rhea Ripley can't lose the women's title. But Ric Flair says, my daughter can't lose this match by pinfall or submission. Disqualification it is. That's exactly what happened. I guarantee it. And that's why, and again, I'm going to point this out. People say that, Charlotte gets, it's not her daddy's money. She gets through this with her talent. The woman was kicking at nothing during the match. She was kicking in air. Talent my ass. They were kicking each other in the ass too. It's kind of weird. But anyway, we get to the main event and the ultimate bullshit occurs. Okay, so it's a Hell in a Cell match. Which means there should be no shenanigans, right? The whole point was that Drew McIntyre wanted him in a Hell in a Cell so no one could get involved, right? So obviously we're going to throw that out the window. Because during the match, the referee gets knocked out. And so when the other referee is trying to get in, he gets in. MVP does too. Causes distractions. Bobby Lashley and Drew go through a table. Drew goes through another table. Even though for some reason the cameraman zooms in on Lashley when Drew goes through the table. Why not just show us? I mean, come on. And then Drew gets the advantage. He goes for the Claymore. MVP grabs his leg, and Lashley wins by surprise roll-up in a Hell in a Cell match. And I swear they did this last year too, where McIntyre beat Randy Orton with a backslide, so that they were going to do again. Look, do it on your weekly Raw shows. I don't give a shit. This is a fucking pay-per-view. And the only reason why they did this is that Vince McMahon in his head says, we're going to get a crowd back starting next month. So we don't need to put any effort into this. We can do the same shit we've been doing, and then once we get the crowds back, we can start giving a shit again. We don't need to actually have good endings to our matches. That's exactly what happened. And so it ends with Lashley celebrating. Drew doesn't get another title shot, so who's going to challenge him? Oh, it'll be Drew again. Guarantee tomorrow night, Drew will come out and weasel his way into another championship match at Money in the Bank. Because he'll use the defense. Well, MVP got involved in distracted me, and so the Hell in a Cell, you can't do that. I deserve one more match. And then he'll have a match at Money in the Bank. And then that'll be his last chance. Because he'll win. Because there'll be a crowd. Guarantee that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to waive off the stipulation because it was an unfair win. It's Hell in a Cell. And then Drew will win at Money in the Bank because there'll be a crowd. It's their way of pushing things. You know? Saying, oh, well, he lost. But it wasn't a fair loss because MVP was involved. So he should get one last chance. That's what they're going to do. Guarantee that's what they're going to do. I'm so sick of this. I'm trying, man. I really am. And even SmackDown, to a point, it's getting where, yeah, it's better, but they're doing the same shit just in less time, and that's why it seems better than it is. Because it's only 2 hours compared to 3, and they gotta... See, I couldn't sit through 3 hours anymore. That's why I stopped watching. SmackDown, Fridays are getting complicated because I get paid every other week, and then... So it's hard for me to have someone over to watch it. And then watching AEW, you know, that's going on Fridays because of stupid basketball. Even though I thought they were going to switch to TBS while it was happening, but no, they just went to Fridays for some reason. I don't know. NXT is on Tuesdays. It's getting to the point that I don't really have a chance to watch anything anymore because of schedule. And then I don't want to watch Raw. SmackDown's not an option. And pay-per-view, which is supposed to be better than the actual stuff we're getting on Monday nights, really isn't. This could have been a Monday... You take the Hell in a Cell out. The Hell in a Cell's out. And it could just be another Monday Night Raw show with title matches. That's it. With the finishes we got. I don't know, man. I just don't know. This is your brain. Use it. I can't. I'm going to keep doing the pay-per-view stuff, but I'm hoping once the crowds get back, they're actually going to start giving a shit because they're going to have to. Otherwise, people ain't going to buy tickets. That's the thing. If they keep doing this, if they keep pulling this same shit they're doing now, when the crowds come back, they're not going to sell tickets because people aren't going to pay big money to go see this shit when they can sit at home and watch it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So they're going to have to start putting some effort. There's the word of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Effort. Use it. Put some effort into it, Vince. Don't be a lazy ass. First thing, fire Vince McMahon. Force him to retire and bring in Triple H, who has someone who has some kind of creativity and is not just some corporate fucking yes man that'll do what Vince McMahon says, like Bruce Pritchard. Right? You had two men who wanted to do their own thing. Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman. They were running the shows. But because they didn't want to do what Vince McMahon wanted to do, they got fired and were replaced by Bruce Pritchard because he's a yes man. And he'll do what Vince McMahon says. And that's why the show sucked now, because they're doing what Vince says, and Vince doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He needs to get fired. He needs to be forced to retire and put someone in there who knows what they're doing. Because it's not working, Vince. It's not working. Put some effort into what you're doing. Alright? Because it's bullshit. All of it.